Vítám vás zde na prvním zápase Masters Toronto od Fnatic. Konečně jsme se dočkali, zavolejte babičku, ségru, bráchu, vole, všechny ke kompu, protože první zápas je possible na grand finále zápas klidně, takže mám na to texture, nejlepší performance. Nejlepší performance ze všech na eventu versus Fnatic. Alfire se nemůže trefit vůbec. Ale že vůbec. To si Genji pěkne tu mapu. O, texture, kámo. Texture, kámo. Je jako pixel perfect. To ani není hezký, vole. To ale že není ani hezký, kámo. Jo, texture první kolo si dal 3, no. Texture, co si dá první kolo 3, to je velký problém.
Things are relatively quiet. I've got a tripwire in front of me. That's going to be the plan here. Just wait a little bit, and they can clear that trip and spring their trap.
All quiet on the seaside front, and Genji, they do like to pump fake, so Fnatic not really sending any rotations quite just yet, so everyone going to get in position here at Garage as well as Long.
Minuta kola.
Get ready to go.
BTV uběhla.
Fnatic everything they need to know. Bit of a gap here on that smoke and texture.
Díra ve smoku, ale na tohle umřít. Big chyba. To není Prime Genji, jakoby je, že jo.
Camera still situated. Go for the toggle, try to get a dart out, does so.
Meteor byl next level, ale jakoby tady všichni střílí, takže tady není nikdo těch Genji týpků si neřekne, že je špatný prostě. Ale Fnatic díky bohu vyhráli full buy. IGL diff na Ačku.
Critical target to be found. Viper out of play pretty much makes that A side unassailable because they don't have the wall to try to scale off of. Slow creep up with texture around the corner. Gunbarrel might have spotted out here. Able to find Karon. So counter swing is there. Texture trades it back, but still no, be a player disadvantage here for Genji as they get ready to have the spike planted. There's Fury going to be online. Question is, can Ashe get to a disconnected position to try to actually utilize this? You already have Foxy9 watching Long. Seems like Ashe is going to have to stay put.
No smokes either.
Slow creep in, texture. Swing around the back, able to find one. Recon at the ready, and it's going to be the triple push here from Garage. Being able to note two. Couple shots in. Spot out here in the Chronicle, but not too much damage taken.
Mám čas, ale co je?
Regen armor refills. Paranoia going to be dodged. Ashe pushed out. Fights for one. Swing, texture cannot stabilize.
Fuj, kámo, ty Fnatic nestříjí dobře zatím. Dávají fragy, ale jsou to full spray do tělíčka. Nice. Strašně divný kolo, kámo, od obou týmů, WTF. Kámo, kajak, ale...
Cleans up the other. Now it all just comes down to counter position noted. Fights back for one. Worry about the flank. Coming down through A long.
Crashies co, by the way, jako crashies disciplín. Několik jiných orbů, ale... To zrovna tu těm týpkům, že tím nechci dát confidence v podobě těch fragů, ale odevzdaných. Nice.
Hayes, he's going to be left wide open though. His fast line going to be set, but Fnatic would try to rotate over and get into position.
Cčko na retake. Ale ty Genji to vzali bez jediný ultiny, takže... This is problems. Double damage a ult, kámo. Double damage a ult dal.
Trying to get the enemy Yoru's full flashed out. Wide swing.
Great job handling him.
Oh! Okay. Máme formu evropskou možná, ale zpátky. Nice.
Has very quickly been shut down.
I mean, we've seen it in the MEA, how electric Kayak is.
We are so
Right
bad.
there. Just a microcosm of what he's capable of. Just
Ještě
phenomenal.
Boustra chci vidět dát.
Munchkin's been
Headshot.
given some space to try to push up, but
Pojď.
again with a stinger at range.
Pojď,
crashes
Bejku,
on the jump
starý.
peak.
Pojď,
Quite
Bejku,
value
starý.
here. Highly unlikely.
That's going to be really tough.
Tough?
I'm thinking a 3v5.
Luďka
Let's
zase.
hope here for Gen G.
Spotted there. Munchkin does manage
Bejku,
to push
starý,
forward.
vole, on tě oholil.
Getting the connection here and Crash
Nice shot.
does. And shot flies through. Playing realistically unable to be planted here for the moment. Ash able to find
Nice,
a little
dobré
bit of
util, dobrý
impact
spacing.
here. With the shield, we'll go ahead and lead the charge.
Je tak.
TP and okay, Munchkin
Recon
really
taky.
push out. Still to find Kayak. Lobs in the poison orb as Shock Dart trying to clear out some of this util. Still a trip set up and here in the front, but help is going to be pre-fired. Foxy 9. He's come away
To byl
with that
crazy kill na to
elimination.
Alfajera.
Over the top of your plat, both through the upper, is trying to get something going. Dexter does manage to deny him. Smoke dissipating at garage. And it's just a firing squad waiting on the opposite side. A flawless round as Munchkin steps up to the plate.
Who's there?
Quick feet, quick trigger. Gotta
Maybe
go.
didn't even need to be used, but now you've got a neural theft for Chronicle. Kayak still
Fuck it.
with the dimensional drift.
Kaž, Bouster do akce.
Double stack setup. Looks like he's spotted a boat. Slides in. The stun is there. Texture has all the
What?
Over and made. Gonna be caught with you two in hand.
Ty piču, cinema.
Scoops up
Jak
the
zabil
3K.
toho třetího, já to
Crashes
ani
the
neviděl.
damage dealt there on the intercept is absolutely monstrous.
Kayak so fast here on this rotation. Is Gen G going to be ready for it?
I tyhle ty dva týmy to chtějí vyhrát, ten
No
event,
likelihood,
kámo.
no. Texture is staring over
To
towards the
cítím,
angle.
vole. Ne jak
Eyes on it from the
RRK
position.
a Volves.
Is now they have it confirmed. Swing out. Ash finds a headshot. Dimensional drift has
Yeah,
come through, but
well.
Kayak is now left to his own devices.
Kajak klač.
Cuts back just around the box. Trying to set up here on the pop flash.
Decoy.
Sends the fake. Finds the first. Isolated now. Fastlane going to be set. Trying to fish him out.
Pojď, vole, Polsko. Polsko do píči. To je zmrt. Teďko ho nepušnul, vole. 3 Mississippi, kámo. Jako Texture je nejlepší hráč na
That's what
eventu,
I'm
vole.
talking about. That's what I want to see out of
Unmatched.
these two teams.
Ty pičo. Pokud tenhle týpek si to ještě nevezme, ale jako so far z těch 3 zápasů, o kolik jich hráli, je jako unmatched Texture.
Gonna throw some util his way. The Fnatic.
Aimově za bomby, to je
Alpha,
neskutečný,
Kayak
vole.
still sitting.
Bouster tady musí extrémně vařit každý jeden duel, aby měl šanci vyhrát. Čum, prostě, vole. To byl free kill, jako no, ale musel být aimově na jejich levelu, vole. Crashy dal strašný comeback.
Come to haunt Gen G. Still a lot of
Ty
money sitting behind
pičo.
Texture.
My eyes.
Disgusting.
Absolutely ridiculous, Kayak.
Not
You
the-
have plans. You know, you'd love
This-
to get
this,
Texture into that ISO vault. That's obviously kind of one of your main
This is
goals.
jatka, vole.
Alpha playing so far forward there. They're going to challenge this angle
Jako
again.
se to je Bouster, kámo, a jste nejúčastné.
Back him up, and they're just lining up. Picking targets, finding value. Karen does manage to trade one, so the ISO ult not going to be a concern here in the round. But
Trade byl vyhrán.
I'm out of here.
Fast lane sent, Texture at the ready. Slides forward, catches a spot there on it.
Oh!
Chronicle and eats a ton of damage. Dink right
Ne,
to the they try.
on dal týpku 140 a skapé, vole.
Ty
piče, co mu dal.
Can't even get the plant down though.
Teleport.
So much util being thrown their way.
Co Volt? On je
There's
na
a
flanku
wide
za sobou,
trap
kur.
from Crashies.
Seems like they want to try to fight their way out of this position,
Oh.
but now Gunbarrel has been.
Já!
Nice tripping right into the
Já, ještě dal hlavu, ani nemusel.
Down.
Kayak just tears them limb from limb, round after round.
Plus 30 by the way v grand finále MA.
With everything to do to try to make this timeout find some value, but Crashies on this reposition. No closer to getting off plant here, are Gen G.
Oh boy.
Alpha Kayak now stacked up into the garage. The swing about to come through. Gunbarrel's going to be spotted into the dimensional drift. Goes Kayak, he's able to escape.
Rip ISO ult by the way, Rip ISO ult. Oni nevyužili shield a ISO ult, chápeš? Je škoda. Ty, first bullet headshot. Další. Další.
It's Foxy9, the lockdown committed, the gate crash at the ready. A fake into the smoke. It reads it well that it's not
Dobrý reveal, wallbang
now
dostane.
it'll be pinged down.
To je...
Take it, Gen G. Let's see what
Dal se
happens
ho.
though as we get ready to dive back into the action. Kayak and Crashies very much leading the charge. 16 and 15 with just 7 deaths.
Merly, já jsem k tomuhle actually tématu věnoval celou kapitolu v e-booku a edukoval jsem se na tom dost. A najdi si na Wikipedii týpka, jmenuje se Laszlo Polgar. A příběh jeho dcer. Docela zajímavá věc. Kamo, Kayak ty 2 roky dozadu hrál denně 20 team deathmatchů. Tu dobu, co vydali team deathmatche, nevím, jestli jsou přesně 2 roky, protože v tu dobu, co vydali team deathmatche, tak on je hrál každý den vypracaný den. Full MVPs, full 50% plus ještě percentage, prostě každý den večer, vole. A to je urážka, kámo, říct, že Kayak je talentovaný. Týpek hraje od tier 3 step by step. První turnaj, co hrál, bylo proti Alkanovi v Polsku. Ano, Radek se tak.
Couple taps in, the wide swing out, Chronicle, good for 1.
Karan so far forward.
Karan is upping the pace. Boaster, if he just comes backpedaling out of this smoke, almost certainly is going to be dead to right. Karan though, wants to swing a little bit more information. Still, he's going to be rewarded with the kill.
Je to tak, ADS,
Boaster does manage to come out on top. Not eliminated, but that's one of the
Merly úplně špatně na to jdeš, kámo, sorry, ale jdeš na to úplně strašně špatně, jakoby. Ale teď jako nebudem řešit takový jednu zápas. Můžeme, až nebude se nic hrát, tak si o tom musíš říct, nebo se koukni do e-booku, kámo. A jdeš na to strašně špatně, ale úplně, kámo, kompletně, jakoby s tou uchopil, nebo uchopila, jakože z jinýho konce, no. Ale to je jedno, to je.
A little bit of a misguess by Fnatic on where the KJ util would be. That's bought them a little bit of extra time and even got the drone committed by Fnatic.
Catch Foxy on this angle. Out the air, then gets caught off guard.
30 seconds left.
Pohodě, Merly.
Coming out of the garage, Munchkin.
Tady se vyhrává bonusek, ale kámo, počkej, můj tým prohrává bonusek, zatím to tady řeším. Low by Isek. 10% šance, že vyhrajou to Call of Fnatic, ale ne 0, tak
see the ping coming down. Fnatic are reading this well.
30 seconds left.
Love to be cycled. Bam. Opened up.
Agresivní booster.
Widely found. Sure has to back away.
Agresivní teleport.
To think that maybe it's going to be repositioned, but Munchkin does still manage to find Boaster.
Agresivní útěk.
Pivot is going to be coming through. Just 13 seconds remaining here on the clock. Foxy9 still going to be situated on the side. Texture here inside of the window, and Foxy9 looks to try to cut them down to size.
Kámo, Chronicle hraje za G2 nebo co?
Peeking out from Kayak, not going to be spotting anything. Texture though, in deep, and there's going to be multiple players on the opposite side of this one.
GG tento angle.
Kayak has the shot.
Timing.
What an opener. Puts Neon down on the floor. Gen G now.
To je dobrý reveal, kámo, ten začal používat až to. Takže jsem viděl ještě to házet. Sadil jsem Gen G, takže musí dát, kámo, klid. Evropa jedem. W Booster by the way, ten kill z toho shortu.
It's on Foxy9 and Karon trying to see if they can turn the tides of this somehow in a 2v5.
To pátý kill, by the way, boostrovo, ne?
Absolutely entrenched.
5:20.
Like there is no displacing and no chance.
Porovnáváš s někým druhým. Úplně jakoby, to je Warface, úplně jakoby.
This time they're not quite prepared for it. Boaster does manage to get a bit of damage in. Trying to flush him out. Karon needing to fight his way out.
V tuhletom přístupu negativním, víš.
Double tap shield expiring. Alpha trying to chase forward, trying to find that. As Chronicle needed the entry into garage, but Foxy9's got the close angle held. That gives the
Naopak jste
player
mohli
advantage
s
here to
kámošem
side of
prostě,
Gen G.
jak to, spojit síly, vole.
No idea where the operator is.
Ash holding close. Check over the top. Boaster being spotted, spammed down through the box.
Rip My King. Zajímavá ultina, by the way. Hodně zajímavá ultina. 9-9.
Just peeking out of the pit. 9-9. We remain tied up here. Makes it that much riskier for him to try to get back onto a line. Munchkin, at the same time, swinging around.
To není pozitivní porovnávání s
Going to be cycled over from Karon. Spam through the door, gets the nano out. Alarm bot still set up. Spotted a one, and Alpha's going to be taken down. Over at C-Long, Karon clearly catching a glimpse, is able to spam him out in the end.
Tak můžete mít rozdílný background, Merli, že jo? Já vás ani jednoho neznám, ale je možný, že týpek hrál FPS hry jakoby je dřív, před Valorantem, a ty ne. Na nějaký úrovni. Chápe koncepty, který ty nechápeš. Juj. Juj. Na rejsce na bindu, kámo, to má 20:2.
Just throwing some smokes at the ready. I mean, you have this full cluster up from Fnatic. It's just a matter of when do they pull the trigger on the attack.
Yeah, just trying to test the patience of Gen G here a bit.
Definuj jdou mi hry, dej mi ranky, který máš v těch hrách, který jsi zmínil, jenom poslední věc mě zajímá.
It's the readjust to find the headshot on the kayak. Looking to try to push their way forward here on the side. Munchkin once again is looking to cut them down.
Kámo, ten má formu jak dement, bro. To, co vidíme my tady na obrazovce. Jasně. Technická rozbila Gen G. Tak jak tam se dobu klikala jim laby, vole. Ne.
Try to see if they can somehow turn this on its head.
Celou dobu vymýšleli straty, ne, ty Fnatic.
And waiting. Karon now, no other choice. Try to back away. I mean, some damage dealt here would make it costly as the economy from Fnatic hasn't been the strongest. We're talking about how important this round is. Ult's committed, not too many. They still have 2 to go. They're able to go ahead and stabilize.
Pojď, Adamkos. Napiš mu to do komentářů, kámo, a uvidíme, co se stane. Já už jsem si říkal, jestli projebe Ashcatchem, vole. Kámo, co je s texturem? Ne, Ashcatchem ne, Pokémoni ne. Ale je proti Boosterovi, vole, to je jeden z nejvíc nebezpečných hráčů, kámo. V historii Valorantu. Tak ty pekáš moc editu, ne? Tam začal střílet ten Booster, jako neukázali nic.
Operator still going to be in play. Turn on the flash, the peek, attempt for the flick. Texture does not get taken down, but Ash does.
Elon, zřejmě Elona.
With Texture down to 14 health.
Já ti jebe, kámo.
We're all set. Fnatic do come out on top of that, given that they still do have Alpier. Try to give them a bit of entry power.
Yeah, they've still got some great ideas on how to layer that util. Texture down in sewer.
Getting out wider and wider on this angle.
Neběžte to slavou, kurva, vole.
And there's the shot. Shield not at the ready. Likely not going to be anticipating the Texture. Would be so bold to try to go for that pick.
Nice, 3v3.
Chronicle does manage to find him as the neural theft gets the ping reveal. Telling a story here of this deep flank around the back. As we go into a 3v3, Fnatic
Triple
losing 2
flankos.
rounds consecutive to keep themselves afloat here in the map.
Si prohodili strany.
Not a ton of util to work with here. Just a couple smokes from Karan. Nano for Foxy9.
Munchkin finds one. It would give them a pit online as well.
Paranoia, reveal, shockdown.
Boaster cover going out. Up in heaven. The other two playing back at the A connector. The Paranoia at the ready time, starting to tick. Knows that they have them cleared off of this spike here for the moment. Looking for the hold, the dart going through. Karan gonna take it down. There he goes. It's a firing squad.
Krasa.
Collects the final two.
Krasa.
This map does get found.
Chronicle. Just trying to clear any other util that might be there. Foxy9 still tucked into that corner. Drone doesn't see Texture.
Myslíš, že koukám na Fnatic poprvé do píči.
Jiggling on the angle. This Kayak sends out a couple warning shots.
Myslím, že úspěch má Boaster více jak 10 kg, a co jako.
Crashies ready to go here for the lineup. Chronicle slowly backpedaling in mid.
Still enough time for another rotation, so Gen.G has to keep their feet planted.
Flashes over the top. Texture on the reposition.
30 seconds left.
Checks, sees that it's a fake.
Ty pičo, trejněte se aspoň, ale kurva.
Shield gonna be reset though for Alpha.
Štít. Štít.
Holds here on the wide
Štít.
angle. Spots it, breaks
Kurva.
it, kills him off.
Netrejnou se, neštítnou se.
It's just
GG.
Crashies in Chronicle now. With not much time to work with. 12 seconds remaining here on the clock.
10 seconds left.
Knows where one's at. Should have heard Chronicle arriving here on the side. They need to push forward. They just cannot make it happen. 13-11. Gen.G draw first blood.
And I'm wondering how you're going to set Texture up.
Petr Mára je
on this attacker
prostě
side.
pro tyhle ty
See
lidi.
if there's going to be a method to the madness here. It's going to be a quick hit.
Druhá mapa, každopádně. Težo? První Težo po nerfu. What?
Spike now going to be planted. Poison orb situated onto the rafters, I do believe.
Jo, Míšo, je to poslední měsíc třeba. Měsíc, dva je takhle vylepšený. Mluví plynulejš, no. Předtím mluvil hůř. Neměl intonaci. Jo. Alpha Jedna se možná bude mít názor, ale...
The reload, needing to hit some nasty shots. The from Karan will put him down. Gen.G 3 for 3 on pistols so far. Deny away a bonus conversion. Kayak not going to be caught by the net. Staying tucked here on the close angle. The Texture finding one. Both are going to be taken down.
Já jsem mi v tom videu mu několikrát řekl, kámo, úplně automaticky jsem nad tím ani nepřemýšlel, vole.
Be wide open.
That's so nice by Karan. Completely nullifies Kayak's position. And now you got to clear out this.
Počkej, ale bonusek, jako bychom nemuseli prohrát, ne?
You don't know exactly how many people trying to play from this angle. Sees in the catch.
Dobrý kombo.
Be able to find the shots across onto Ash. Gets himself the headshot there. Brings it back into a 4v4. He crashed forward. Back the pillar to drop coming through. Foxy9.
Oh! Double V-ser.
Full flash here. Backside swings in. Is able to find one. As Chronicle can take it down. Gets himself a second. Looks for a little bit more. Gets him lined up. And puts it down into the 1v1.
To je vtípeček tohle? Díky bohu za Crashisa. Crashis hraje hezky, vole. Moc.
Make this flood retake happen.
Find it the ready here from Chronicle. Almost gets caught on timing. He's able to go ahead and avoid captures. Alfier wrapping around over towards Alpha, but Ash.
Kámo, Ash.
Texture finds Chronicle in the blink of an eye. Gen.G strike. Counteracting the
Jsem
flood
netradu
retake.
vůbec ty Fnatic, ty basically jakoby věděl podle jednoho, dvou spelů, co animáci použili, co dělají za kolo, protože jste to kolo ukradli oba ze stejného vodka. Basically. Oh! To je škoda. Takže jako koučuje se o to, aby nosili straty, ale můžou všichni přispět.
Smoke cycled.
Last player.
Jumps out of Munchkin! Absolutely!
Co dává ten Muffin? Jenom na tier 1 úrovni.
After this round, they're not able to find value. The rifle purchase.
A ne každý byl ex hráč.
Damage taken, Vulture's down to 6. Still managed
Je to
to fight
těžký,
back.
no, věřit
29
koučovi.
eliminated there. Let's get the trade. The Armageddon crashes across.
Could have some opportunities for some decent
Myslím,
retake
že
potential. Maybe find a
za
nice
tu dobu se
early
naučil
kill
spoustu
that
věcí.
judge. And Boaster's going to be the one wielding it. Right tucked into the cubby. Inside A main.
Ale pak jsou prostě lidi, kteří si řeknou ze dne na den, že budou koučové a jak máš vědět, jestli jsou legit nebo nejsou. Že jim můžeš věřit. Čauko Monsterito. Kámo, Crashies nechce jet domů, jako oni ještě nepojedou domů, ale musíš věřit. Crashies.
Down B.
Just keeping himself alive. He tries to hold down the site. Wow. And he's doing it.
Jo, to je jasný
single-handedly.
Lulan, no. Je něco jiného.
The silent drop.
V tom
The
porovnání
angle
těch her.
flash. Kayak and Crashies.
Crashies insanita.
Crazy to get Fnatic.
Ooh, Chronicle
Counter spam with the Chronicle and he just ends up falling right into it. Eventually cleared. Foxy forced out of garage. That side of the map clearly Crashies' domain.
Ale jako jakmile tvůj coach nejmenovaný, co napsal Monster, je hard stuck, platina 1, tak je někde problém. Za mě teda. Jestli vás kní, tak jako nechce mě koučovat platina 1 už nikdy, kámo.
You know the other players from Fnatic are going to be leaning in this direction. Do you try to go for ropes or do you try to make the A site hit?
They're still assessing, still trying to make up their minds. Paranoia, stun, over towards elbow. Boaster able to avoid it, spamming, and still somehow comes out on top. Texture just cannot get the spray to connect.
Ty píče, jako nečekal jsem, že uvidím Mickeyho na Masters. To jak ho chytil, kámo.
Snatches him up and blocks the other raping, finds Alfier. It seems like now it's his turn to pull off the heroics for Gen G.
Fandím Fnatic, no, ale za chvilku nebude komu fandit, kámo. First Seed ještě nevyhrál mapu, to je pravda, kámo. 4 týmy, ani jednu mapu. Jebe. A na pistolky myslím dal hned 3 nebo něco takovýho.
Full sending it up the rope is TP. Karan finds himself right on top of Boaster, right above Kayak.
Ty to slyšel, vole, ten Kaják? Nemluv mezi sebou, nebo vole, o co jde?
Spot out there on a one, tries to play this as patiently as possible.
What a read.
It may be a virtue, but it's not always the right decision.
Dude, that's the
The
second
check
time.
from Ash is just
Dobrý
too
nade.
monstrous. Karan a bit of damage,
oh.
it does flush him out into the open, and Chronicle gets himself on the board at long last. Kill found. A 3v3.
Čas!
Altless are both of the teams.
Bombatíka.
Munchkin.
A Muffin prostě zas.
Gets the spot, but it's quickly traded back.
Where are you?
Chronicle trying to find his footing. To get himself a third.
Shortbickle.
Cleans it up, and Chronicle comes alive.
Nevím jak vůbec.
Really
30
good.
seconds left.
Hrajou Deadlock místo Cypher, nevím, hrajou Deadlock,
Ready,
no.
Texture gonna try to open things up here. And Ash,
Oh.
you're talking about it, the awareness. Just follows in off the back of the Neon. Finds the headshot.
Vrtej!
Playing forward here within the smoke. Able to dodge out the paranoia at the time. Started his window.
Ty
but
bote!
can't find the elimination.
10 seconds
Genemar
left.
to
Foxy
není
gets
se
the kill.
bejku.
It's Chronicle. Heroics might be
Spike
leaned on
planted.
once again. Peek about to come through. And Karan, he wins that fight. Alfier able to trade one back, but into a 2v4. With your economy in a rough
Prohrávají
position.
klíčový duelity Fnatic, to je píči.
How much more is there to be done?
God, you're so close to your ultimates too. But it's just so difficult. This double stack around the corner.
Seems like just a play to try to go for the exits here. They have both angles covered.
Už nejde, ne? Oni ještě na starém
Have to go
peči
ahead and
asi.
lock one. As Alfier
A v našem peči už by to mělo být
make
fix.
happen. It's a spot out onto Ash.
Takovýhle chceš, no. Takovýhle si nabídneš.
Swings out, wins the fight. Slide
yeah.
in the corner here.
A lot of shotguns.
For a catch here again. Munchkin playing back, anticipating this pressure coming his way outside of A main. Heller trying to jack Chronicle, playing off the back of the vulnerability, does manage to cut Texture in half with that judge. Poster similarly playing forward. As the Bucky. Gen G, seeming like they're just going to go ahead, back away. Not necessarily happy with the 1-for-1, but willing to part ways and explore opposite sides of the map.
It's all just hidden positions.
Oh,
Yeah.
he'll pick up Crashies. Alley off the short, going to prove to be a little bit more difficult. Is that Showstopper does not get sent. Karn just sprays him down. Poster now. Pushing forward, finds Kara.
Oh! Mickey, vole!
Makes that
Kámo,
bucket
jo, to je prostě Mickey, ty debile.
effect. Weapons collected. Phantom Vandal in hand.
O, line up pick, takhle fast.
Munchkin.
Cením, kámo. To
30
jsou ty
seconds
milimetry,
left.
to jsou ty milimetry, vole.
Spike planted.
Ceníme.
Plant here playing alongside Foxy9. One of his newer trainees on the team. Finally given a real opportunity.
Careful here.
Supposed to trying to assess.
Píčo, kdy to bude padat už?
They're running out of time. Noise made. Sunfound, no boy.
Co je?
Can you see the player screens?
No.
Tak to ti jebe, ne?
A little too far away to tell. Pushing forward over towards that B site does get cleared. Karan playing up close. No smoke there. Obfuscate ends up getting taken down. Kayak will find the kill. That
Tady je rozbité momentum.
Now in position.
Tady je rozbité momentum, dámy a páni. Chronicle říkal, teda Arfire říkal, že ani kolo nedají potom už Genji.
That exit from screens.
Tady se jde na sunset.
Catches Munchkin. Unawares here in mid.
Jo, agility.
They're looking for the entry. Finds one.
To bylo completely broken.
Gets the C's out. Looks to try
Kámo,
to take them down.
on seasne 2 a nezabije ani jednoho. Hlavně nemysnout staru, kámo. Hlavně ne liquid incident, nice. Nice, ty kokot. Oh, milca, jo.
Damage basically not even suffered
Čau,
here.
ono.
Just flushing him out. And now, looking like they want to play around the map still, not committing all of their forces to one side.
Yeah, that was a really nice play there.
Barteleo se vrátí až s tebou.
Be up close. Oh my God, Texture.
It's a bit of sense off the back of that Prowler, catches Crashies. Swing in, Texture finds another. From a line. Now the barrier mesh going to be broken here on the B side.
Texture,
Karan got the paranoid to try to delay. Grabbed it as well, trying to find a catch, but Karan flying back pillar, finds one, tucks in the backside, looks for a little bit more, can't quite align it on the kayak, goes to the wide way, finds it!
Kámo, jak ani jeden neumřel. Vítej a blahopřej, Jardo. Je mi čerstvých 18 nyní.
There's at the boom bot as well. Push not yet coming through. 24 seconds remaining. Things are about to get a little bit dicey.
Booster má klasik, jenom. Booster má jenom klasik.
Finds the opener there. At the same time, find the lure. Chronicle going to be taken down, but now Munchkin falling to the wayside. This B side opened up. Karan held at bay here at the alley.
Raketu má ještě. Sedím, že nehodil raketu na antiplant. Však by to možná vyhralo kolo, ty pičo. Protože zabije všechny, tak to taky vyhraje kolo, no. Je to tak, Kermit. Kámo, usnul. Booster! 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 Dělej něco! Kurva! Booster, ty pičo!
Seems like they're making sure to check ropes. Munchkin.
To bolí, kámo, na tohle koukat.
Slightly different angle this time. Plays back into the corner at Mail.
Je to příjemný.
They have to have the read. They have to have the expectation. The Boombot's not going to clear it, but Alpha still just too damn fast.
To prohodili Alpha Jerdská, jak by the way. A to je piči, oni musí hrát oba dva.
Ash
Třeba ten Deadlock stun,
rotating
na ten
over,
Deadlock
set
stun, na
stealth
ten
drone
Europort, to je
towards
insane.
B heaven, but nothing to be spotted. Potential pivot opportunity here
Bečko,
for
backside
Fnatic.
tu.
Try to go over towards A. For the moment, it is just Texture taking a peek down in towards
To je
main.
legit free kill, no.
Gonna be seeing they just cleared the barrier mesh. Foxy, gun barrel spotted. Double.
Spotted for Kayak. Finding the headshot.
30 seconds.
Kažák.
They're on now. Alone on the site. Revealed. Blinded up.
Jeden
Showstopper,
život.
not gonna be able to find the kill,
Díky
but
bohu.
won't matter too much.
Bolster
Most of
si
it is.
s ním prostě vytřel.
Nash now dead, leaving Texture to his own devices, which don't last much longer. Flawless round here in response to the timeout. Fnatic.
Ačku
Waiting
full
for
leavnuli
contact,
ti jebene.
rip that paranoia. Right as soon as anybody from Fnatic makes too much noise. Kayak does clear, so the deadlock util.
30 seconds left.
Splash back across the way.
Jo, Bolster má nějakou lead klávesku, vole.
Back of that one does manage to find one for the nade from beyond the ground.
Kámo!
Munchkin
Jak
for
na
one.
jeden zásobník dá 2 killy, ty vole.
Finding one, looking for a little bit more, swaps the weapon, and Bolster crucially keeps himself alive.
Krušili.
Ash now.
Ty pičo,
Nearly
zabij ho!
spammed down. Time starting to dwindle. As Texture
Bolster!
gets noted, tries to go for the overdrive, but Chronicle arrives when they need it the
Bolster!
most.
Dal týp, který sbírá zbraň, vole. Os!
G fits.
Midburn, man.
Something that Fnatic has done a great job taking advantage of. There hasn't been too much resistance. Gen G's been allowing them to kind of push up in towards B heaven. Here we go, dimensional drift time.
No, Kajak 8-14, dělej.
Walkabout, trying to see what he could spot.
Aktivuj se.
Munchkin holds things down in mid. This time the fight goes his way. Bolster and Alvier both going to be eliminated. Ash over the top here at Heaven. Struck on as Kayak.
Aktivován!
Brings it back into a
30
3v3.
seconds left.
Pit available.
Looking for the jump.
Ty pičo, ale cením, kámo. To bylo do editu.
Able to find it.
Jakože asi to jako
Minimap seemed like perhaps
se
we're gonna
nehodí,
get caught. Net able to find two. The push
ale
forward, but
on,
Munchkin
on
is
se nechal
safely
upálit.
Player standing.
As Foxy
On dělal
Lion
TikTok line na...
takes
Ne,
the with Texture.
kámo, Texture, děláš si prdel, děláš si prdel.
Suddenly is in with a chance to try to clutch this out. Crashies playing it backside. Texture trying to narrow it down. Spots him out. Wide swings, damage exchange here on both sides. 10 bullets, now 7 remaining in the mag. Here's the haunt. Down to 6, the leg. Noted. He's looking to try to flush him out. 1 bullet now, just a classic. Worked the last time, works this time as well.
A toho Texture nenávidím, kámo, vyhrál 1v3, jdi do píči.
Trying to listen for it. Does he have it? He does! .51! It's another Red Bull clutch!
Jako...
Texture here at ramp, pre-fire angle, but Kayak in response. A belter of a shot. Bullet connects the forehead.
Ani ho neviděl? No on ho neviděl. To byl pre-fire na tu Viper. Protože věděl, že budou hrát na protokol, na kontakt, vole, jako na trady. On neviděl tu Viper. To je prostě... To i kdyby ji viděl jakoby, tak kapeš. Ten kill nebyl kvůli tomu, že by ji viděl, kvůli tomu, že to byl read, no. Hotovo, kámo.
The TP to backside, Ash. Armageddon at the ready, could send it here off the rip. Stuck in the drone. It's a little bit of information.
Hotovo,
He may
kámo.
just end up saving this for the retake, as you get a double exploration here from Alfia and Kayak, pushing in towards Alley. The ult across, Crashies safe behind the box.
Máváš Fnatic?
Sight widely given up a spot. He readjusts. And Kayak down. So low on HP, but still fighting.
Ještě to
Still
prodlužujou, kámo,
persevering.
ty
Ash with the
Fnatic.
drop down. Finds the first. Goes in, looking to try to take this up to half. The reapproach out from Heaven. Does he just stick it? The shot's not connecting. Waits it
Okay.
out. Finds one. But Kayak plays it well. The defuse. This is not going to be there. 0.1 seconds off. We carry on this map. Not done
Uvědomuje si ten týpek, že je to 0-1. Gen G nepoznal, jestli to má nebo nemá, kámo.
Alpha
To je v pičino.
Dead. Alpha quickly dispatches.
absolute nail biter
Taky nevěděl, jestli to stíne nebo ne.
from Gen G. Stalling them out momentarily.
Karan spamming some right clicks. Ash as well, similarly taken low. This A site heavily at risk now. Smoke's just gonna be cycled, some noise made. Try to relay that, but Munchkin.
Kámo.
He's gonna send the pit.
Tohle za mě,
Madman.
nerad bych toho litoval, ale za mě to je misplay, to co udělal, kámo.
And he's been worked down to 30.
Dávat ultiny po jednom, když ti chybí jedno kolo a máte loubaj.
So drop down there from Chronicle, works his way into the sewer. Just trying to see if a rotation comes through, but Fnatic just gonna go ahead.
Za mě to je misplay, ale jestli na to vyhraje kolo, tak respekt.
That they're gonna go with A as Gen G, but you know with the weaker weaponry, it's just
Booster řekne, jdete do Ačka, kurva. Řekni, jdete do Ačka, Booster, kurva.
30 seconds left.
Ne, ty vole, oni jdou do staku. A my se paranuju. A by the way, Chronicle hraje za G2, fakt, on s tím vrtákem. Nice.
As Ash is still a world away, Munchkin tucks back into garage as the spike gets planted.
Planted.
I think he might be regretting sending this pit out.
No.
Drops it to try to
Teď
give
se
them
musíte
some
modlit
kind
ke
of
všem
chance.
bohům, vole, kdo
Covers the
máte,
weapon previously dropped by
kdo
Alpha
fandíte Fnatic, vole, máte, vole, barák tam.
I think that this should be undoable.
Na další kolo Raketa,
It certainly should be.
Astravola, na to další kolo,
Nothing spotted. Munchkin on the lurk, finding one.
Počkej.
Kayak around the corner, holding the angle, getting the
málem už
headshot.
nebylo žádný další
And
kolo.
after 30 with just a stinger cannot make it happen. Fnatic 3 rounds away. Just gonna go for a quick little reposition here.
That's got Munchkin slid over though.
Čistě jak moje slipy, napsal posraný slipy.
Fanatics.
Bro čekal celý život
Ash pushing forward, Smoke dissipating.
na tohle. Kámo, kámo. A ještě na to vejstou raketu, GG. GG, jako, this is finito.
Little exit.
I don't wanna vole watch this anymore. Go next.
Joining together now alongside Chronicle, who hasn't been able to take
Já jsem
that
na to
much
viděl
space
prezentaci ve škole.
realistically at all. Here at
30
A.
seconds left.
Co jsi tam měl za slidy, kámo?
Sonic sensor right around the corner here for Foxy to potentially play off of.
Trying to fish for it, but there's the stun. Getting the one.
Nevím, Vikču, jsi tady, takže
Sending out the relay
asi
bolt.
dobrý.
Has them reeling backward. It's 14 seconds remaining. Fnatic.
14 vteřin, konec.
They have to start rushing forward. but
Pískej.
they're taking so much damage on entry. Kayak
Nebo?
back for one. Spike
Ah,
down,
Fox.
need to be committed. Chronicle.
Player standing.
He's in
Okay,
goal.
okay, okay.
Some attention on one side of the map. Quickly pivot over.
Ani do Thanose, kámo, to je Thanos s Guardianem.
But quickly cleared.
Ani nekoukali na Heretics proti EDG na tom, na Abyssu.
You're letting him know that there's a close hold.
Já mám vibes normálně, to je Kankan v přestrojení, vole. Čum.
Crash towards backside. Shells forces him off the angle, but for now, Fnatic not hitting the go button quite just
Máme
yet.
jeho vlastní
They're
tým,
trying to gain some control of the
chce Fnatic zachránit od něj.
Crash
Kdyby šli do
with
něj,
the
kámo, tak se to mé stane. Oni asi půjdou do něj, ale
My ult is ready.
s fade ultinou. A tam jsou terapy, ty koko.
Sends it, connects onto one. Texture
Ale tam je
missed.
split ještě, dobrý split. Doufám.
Applied Ash.
Na splitu.
Brings over
Kámo,
mid
split.
heaven. It's blind, coming
Co se
through
děje?
out here. Can't see a damn thing, but
Já
Kayak
nevím, co
still
se děje,
dropping
kurva, ani
still.
já to na to koukám jenom.
And that's the cleanup.
Booster!
They take
Dal
this
svýho.
time, but what- Aside Khan's position.
On má 16 životů,
Lingering
kámo.
here on the Raptor, now gonna be dropped.
A tady je ještě...
Finding a straight headshot on the Chronicle. Armageddon at the ready, rolls on the red carpet here towards main, but there's no one there to receive it. And Alpha on the drop down, finds himself a third.
Trenér Pokémonu minus, kámo.
But they're still able to
Plenti už o
break in
píči.
time. Is it the 2v4? She's getting Foxy 9 to try to deter Fnatic from bringing this into OT and Crashes is still on
Ještě
the
ne, ale
back.
ještě
Still
kámo
waiting to
neslavíme,
get
vole,
down
klid.
the spot out on the Kayak. Foxy trying to find the kill. Alpha dead. It's Foxy now
Ultimate ready.
in the 1v2. The net lobbed in. Sends out the
Ty
ultimate.
vole, týpek, naše sílák jenom základku. Dobrý,
Not
kámo.
able to find one.
Tam čekat, co tam vymyslí, vole.
The Haunt Garrett
Showster!
swings off it. And we might have had to wait a damn long while. And Paranoia It's a minor little clip here. Sends out a flash.
Já teďko nestíhám, co se tady děje. Že mi na textra dopadala pressure, kámo. On crouch sprayoval prostě úplně to a hitl jenom jednou. Bych strašně chtěl vždycky vidět takový POVčka i těch, co zrovna prohrávají ty duely takhle, víš? Oni jako vždycky ty to se povedou, ale... A mají dobrý afterplant util, mají strašně dobrou afterplant util. OK, kámo, ale... Alpha locked in. Finally. Ty koko. Co dělá ten booster, ty vole, Fortnite tanečky? OK. A ten crowd to miluje, vole. To byl rage bait, to byl rage bait, pane, to byl rage bait na vás. To bylo všechno kalkulovaný a rage bait. Klid, je to jenom 5v3, kámo. Ty vole, Showrster. 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 No mé týpka z toho rozdvojilo. Týpka z toho rozdvojilo na mikrofonu, normálně. Ale kámo, my go, ten je úplně smutnej, ti říkám. Jak je nechali vycukat, ne, kámo, každýho jednoho nechali vycukat. Každý jeden z nich se snažil to zachránit, kámo, z těch Gen G. Jdeme na sunset, dámy a páni. Cinema. Nečekal jsem, že mě dneska něco jakoby pobaví už, ale jsem pobaven. Ano, má typku to vypl mikrofon. Jsem entertained.
Way across the side of the map, and Alpha is there to bring it to an end. 14-12.
Jak tam dělá týpek, ne?
It could end in no other way.
To ještě přijde, kámo.
Stack up over at A. Just Karan here. Space quickly being taken by Kayak. Genji maybe a little late to the party.
Rolling around the corner.
Třetí mapa YouTubísci. Fnatic, Sunset, Kayak, Neon. Neon versus Neon, kámo. Viper. Jako komp se mi líbí víc od Fnatic. Cypher lepší než Deadlock za mě, ale věřím, že i Deadlock může nasypat. Kámo, wallbangl toho boostera. Vůbec nevím, kde se staly ty fragy, kámo. One way dobrý, on to stichuje v tom one way. Ne. Ta Gen G je insane, ta vole. Fnatic. Why not? Texture ještě nedomluvil prej tu mapu. Kámo, proč to kolo smrdí zatím? Proč to kolo smrdí? Nice. OK, tu ten angle s revealkem si krademe takzvaně. Moje nyní. Kámo, co dělají ty jejich klasiky jako? Co dělají ty jejich klasiky jako? Já proč proti Texturovi zrovna klačuje? Ze všech těch Korejců, kámo. A má slide, mu dá ve slideu facku nebo něco. Ty
The
vole.
recheck of backside, Texture swinging.
Possible dva nejlepší hráči.
Judges it wrong.
Ty
But has
pičo.
a headshot.
Ty pičo. Na planetě proti
As
sobě.
Gen-
Just a slow approach here. Booster gonna claim some space in the mid. Door's gonna close.
Prohrát jedno kolo takhle je jedna věc, ale resetnout se z toho,
On.
Booster.
Shorster, resetnout se z toho a nemyslet na to do konce hry, to je ta challenge, kámo. Říkám, odprostit se z toho a resetnout se. So hard. A Texture má confidence z toho, jak sviněčům.
Mr. 4K showing up once again. Poster has something to say about it. It's going to be Foxy off the flank who's able to find the kill. Gen G.
Set up at the B site. And they haven't moved. They've kept 3 there. They've kept their strong side on that half.
30 seconds
Jo, tu ten
left.
týpek, vole.
Be clearing mid.
Tu ten týpek.
Top of the cage. Munchkin playing
Tu
forward.
by taky mohl
alongside the
usnout.
walls. A risky maneuver here. The push comes in, finds one, turns
Ale
back,
prostě
gets
Booster
back,
pro
damage,
svůj tým jde
cannot let the kill,
první.
but Texture certainly can. Looks for a little bit more. Has the stun, the slide, the spot, the overdrive popped.
Remaining. 10 seconds left.
A ten týpek se předvádí jenom.
Pieces, crashes, late linger here onto the site. He's
Texture
able to
se
find
legit
one,
jenom
but the time is already
předvádí,
gone.
vole.
The spike, a world away. It's all about some damage if he can find it, which he shall. The Hunter's Fury online. The weapon carried over, but Gen G
Nevím,
trying
kámo,
to get further away here in the round count.
energii pro tým.
Their own hands.
Moc se nesmál, vole, ale...
Able to go ahead and clear out one of the sonic sensors. Texture on the peak, able to find Chronicle. They're outside
Kurva
the
chlapi, ale do píči.
net now coming through. Up against Pop. That's going to be Kayak getting dragged forward. LPR doing his damnedest, but he just has that Sheriff to realistically try to break his teammate out.
Jaký angle? No má neexistující angle. Neexistující angle. Si zkontroloval. Ten Texture, chápeš?
The pass over there. Poster drifting
One
back.
enemy remaining.
Munchkin quick to adjust. The
Spike
bite
down
down.
mid.
Locking off Alfier, stopping him from recovering the spike, at least here for the moment. Pre-fire onto the angle, into the readjust.
Just a heat check there.
Quick little dodge.
Ty piča.
Texture repositioning more towards the Boba side here at mid.
Drone's going to be used over at A, so Fnatic
There's
trying to
just a
sell a bit
pixel
of
out of place. Poster.
Že vyčekali tu deadlock wallu,
Fnatic trying to
chápeš?
sell a fake.
O co?
Playing that Knives Edge. Is
Nice.
Texture looking
Texture
for the
mi
flip,
snul,
unable to
vole.
find it.
30 seconds.
Poprvý.
left.
Seeing too much though. Alfier's angle not great for vision in towards market.
There's a sonic sensor on the other side of this one way
Bude
as
reveal
well.
ult?
Ash set up to try to punish.
As well as
To
one
var
here in the
reveal
alley.
ult?
Taran ready to try to play off of this one. It's time again.
Čas,
Starting to
kámo,
dwindle.
ale
10 seconds remaining.
čas jsou peníze, vole, a kola a všechno, kurva, tlentěte, co to je?
Ash holding from behind, the
Save.
round is over.
Minuta a půl a save.
Fnatic is forced to sit back and try to hold on to greet them. It's all sights in towards Alley for the moment as Ash goes for the drone. Spot on the one. Paranoia now going to be sent flying. Chronicle, 2 massive shots. Helps break the site wide open. Ash dead as well.
Getting surrounded.
Starting to get a little bit of arousal
No
as
to je-
well. Just a little bit of noise. Paranoia gets sent. Foxy now going to be at risk here
Ty
potentially. The overdrive gets popped. Call with you.
Co ti jebe?
Somehow.
Tak ten rozjebal ten stůl po druhé. To ti jebe, kámo.
Player advantage for the moment here in the side of Gen
No
G.
ne. Tohle se nesmí stát, vole, takovýhle hovna.
Gonna try to get this plant going.
Je mi to jedno.
Load up interrupted here for the moment.
Jako, co jdeš, jak to bylo jenom neon ulti, no, vole.
Count over the
30
top.
seconds left.
Gonna try to get this pick. Some kills exchange though in Chronicle. He'll get the pick, but only in
Player
death.
standing.
It's down to
Spike
Alfier.
down B.
Kámo, nespektěte toho, Boostera mám nervy.
And low on time. The commitment of the ult. A risky one. Otherwise, has no real idea about the player's positions, and he
10
gets
seconds
ping
left.
revealed off the recon. Gen G gonna be feeling very comfortable. Karan could just go for the swing. Alpha puts one down, but that's again the round lost. The clock gets away from them. Karan on their way towards Texture with
Šus,
the op.
partneros.
He's got his pit as well. Ash
Na
has that
této
Hunter's
krásné
Fury, so
platformě.
Continuing to push.
No,
Finds
píči,
one,
trade
and the
aspoň.
exit.
Co to je za
One, the answer is
movement?
Yes, gonna be Relay Bolt's exchange fast lane.
To je
Sets up for the quick
disaster,
exit.
kámo.
Texture gets out scot free.
Jak to dělal v 26 letech,
Now
prostě
let's
no,
try
25.
To re-peek. Seems like he's not yet falling for Kayak's exit. Didn't hear him bounding out. But still at risk of being
Kámo,
caught
jestli
off guard.
flikne doleva, až mu píkne do...
It's back in a position.
Tak to je v píči.
Both Neons keeping it quiet. Same time, Boaster crashes,
Nice
pushing
monster.
forward, trying to take some space and control here.
Tak na Navary zase ta partner je docela těžký, už to je pravda. Ale že by to něčemu pomáhalo, i na platformě se říct nedá. Je do píči. Kámo.
Crashes now. Planted here at top mid. But to what avail?
rounds.
It's been a big rebound for him. Very much has been the biggest
Kámo,
loser of the series when it
jdi
comes
do
down to the
prdele
first
s tím
downs.
vypem, padni do
Change
prdele.
that, but
Děkuju.
Texture out a little bit too wide in Chronicle.
Už až moc si
Find
dovoluje,
the
kámo.
headshot right there, clean through the box.
They might scale off of this. You would expect that this is the weak side.
There's a neural theft. Paranoia going to be sent out from Karan. Holds him at bay here for the moment. Slide in. Right as the paranoia hits. Ash now stuck in a bad spot. Shorty going to be drawn out, but won't
Tak jak
really
ještě
even
má
get the
názor, vole,
fire in.
píči, ale.
As Boaster once again picking up the
7-5.
offense this time. Certainly favoring
And that,
himself
come
with
on.
it, given the numbers advantage.
Hezký číslo.
Bunch get
Enemy remaining.
10.
Co musel vystrat ten Muffin,
Foxy 9.
teďko? Co
Simply to
musel
save.
vystrat, mi řekni. To musel
Going
být
to be on the prowl.
totální
He's going to try to
divočina.
make this a little bit more costly. Weapon back out, but Chronicle still too fast. Fnatic find themselves a third.
On the other side, there's the Hunter's Fury from Ash.
For a target,
Nah.
finding one. Chronicle likely to fall, and he does. Pit will have to wait for the last round of the half, as he ends up hitting the floor. Fnatic still interested in this side of the map, but it's being very slow to start rotating. Boaster will shift over towards tiles as Alfier goes for a check-in towards market. Nothing here.
Dodge the Sonic
Give
sensor.
them an inkling, yeah. Just
Jestli tady nakonec
straight
kape na to
through that.
vypojí.
It's gonna put him on a deep line
Já
in
to
towards Boba.
nezvládnu, kámo.
They've been dipping into that well. It's going to be read by Gen G.
Omozníčí. Kámo,
Ends up getting
nepikuj to.
cleared, the jiggle peek.
Nedělej
Did he go
kokota.
wide enough to spot out the
Ne, to
operator?
nevybejtíš toho textura, kámo.
Hard to say, but still able to avoid the shots all the same.
To je zaufengl.
Munchkin
30
seemingly is
seconds
reading this so
To je
very
zaufengl
well.
do píči. Co to
Unreal.
je?
Knows the space that he's given up, but Boaster ends up right back in kind. Finds the hit Kayak there to try to counteract, but do they expect?
Chronicle
Fox
sedí,
Nine
vole,
similarly
u Boasterovou
going to be
kompu.
playing out of B main? Seems like the answer is yes as they go for back site plant. There's the jiggle out. Be cautious though. Armageddon is available.
Timing.
As the arrival, Crashy's nearly having them lined up. Is able to find the first.
Reveal za
Foxy
2,
Nine.
pojď baby, pojď baby.
Dead.
Reveal. Yes, baby.
Noya sent, clear
Yes,
on the
baby.
recon. Karan, knowing
Chill,
that he needs
baby.
to try to win this
Chill.
fight, he was able to do so. Rainbow avoided. Kayak answering back with one of his own. The paranoia goes
Šoure,
through. Ping reveals
dělej
on the
něco!
Boaster. The Kayak
Ty vole,
collecting the kill.
šoure!
Texture will fall. 2v2. Ash contained back within the smoke. Should be dead. Still somehow is able to come away with that
Šourku.
kill. And now it's down to
Si Mississippi šourku. 1,
to try to
2,
close this out.
3, 7.
Look for the re-ping here.
Si Mississippi.
And
1,
Boaster just
2,
gonna be
3.
playing the timing.
Šourek, vole, zasranej,
This time
skurvenej.
the deal is close as the previous. Is it red? Some eyes
Zvuky?
towards that direction, but
Nemají zvuk.
ends up giving up. And he's
Ty
still
si
sliding out with an
kokot.
operator. Excuse
Kámo, nebej
me.
toho
What
textura.
is that?
Nebej
They
toho
hit the
textura,
follow-up.
kámo. Tak to je klidně 6-6, ty
Repeat,
vole.
does he got a third in him? Yes,
ti
he
jebe?
does.
What?
No
The Sentinels.
Nosem, vole.
But that gives a lot of extra room for Gen G in the post.
Jemkin a Rarga jsou stejně dobrý jako Aspas aktuálně.
Well, we might have
Možná trochu lepší.
potentially quick round here. It's looking like we might have some
Samozřejmě respekt všem hráčům, co na tomto eventu, včetně Aspase, ale kámo, nedat props Texturovi a nikomu jinému, prostě kámo, je urážka Textura, kámo. I Kayak by souhlasil, vole, že Texture je GOAT.
Yeah, I wanted to maybe.
To
To je Aramka, chat, to je Aramka. To poznám, vole.
Find a smattering of damage, can't come away with any kills.
Gen G
Vicious.
trying to catch Fnatic off guard there by doubling down on that mid pressure.
Boss je dead.
Fnatic didn't move a muscle. They held their
Jako miluju, kámo, klid, teďko miluju.
They were ready for Foxy's off angle, attempting to be created. They shut it down mightily. Now you look over to Chronicle here.
Fuj, klid. Co děláš? Neser, vole.
It's a little bit more, and Munchkin's
to
going to
repeat,
go ahead and
kámo,
fill that
těm.
space. Quick peek in around the back of sight. Caron, though, lion's share of the responsibility potentially on his shoulders.
Just a classic here too.
And has to back away. Sheriff on the opposite side. Rides over, jiggles out, paranoia to buy some time. Pulls up at bait for the moment, and Munchkin eventually is able to find his target. Chronicle take it down.
Alkane,
For Gen G.
ty vole, Alkane.
Really narrow their focus.
Alkane,
Two angles of
prosím, žádný
approach.
red clicky,
Caron here,
prosím.
around the corner. Crossfire attempt set up here from Munchkin, but eventually he's going to be hounded down out here.
Turecko!
Finally
Čas!
elimination. It all falls to Ash, who cannot get it done.
Vole, a ten nehraje Smokey, ale hraje Viper.
Try to get a catch as Caron can be playing forward.
Čiču byl CEO minulého roku,
Waiting
kámo.
for the exit. Snappy enough to go ahead and keep himself alive.
Mako, no, mako.
Damage taken. Still able to
Nejlepší
fight.
util hráč?
Swing in.
Nejlepší,
Force
oh shit,
reposition.
nejlepší util hráč.
Trade some damage back here alongside Texture.
Musím, jako myslíš revealera tím pádem, jo?
So the
Myslíš,
shock dart
jakoby,
able to be avoided
bavíme se
both
o iniciátor, jakoby infotaker a ne iniciátor flasher.
Finding value with the Sheriff, but kills not quite there
Jo,
yet.
tak
Yeah, I mean, Gen G doing a little bit of damage.
aktuálně nevím all time Leo, i když vole už
Yeah,
55 let
Chronicle shuts
nehraje.
down
no.
Munchkin's lurk.
Jako Leo
Basically
unmatched.
seal the deal here. Swing on the corner.
Počkej, kámo, Texture jdi do prdele, kámo.
Gen G though, tagged up.
Kámo, může někdo
dangerously low.
eliminovat Textura.
Fnatic will
každý
surrender
kolo,
a bit of
hrajou
space
4v5.
for the moment as the plant comes in. Chronicle considering going for the aggro push.
Já už
Foxy
nemůžu,
just on the
kámo.
opposite side of the corner.
Ne.
Snake fight gonna be set.
Ty
And
debile.
recover in time. Foxy able to find another as Texture
Kámo,
finds Poster, and
to je
surely
vtip
it
nějaký.
can't be happening again.
Tohle. Ah.
Both pistols dropped on Sunset. I've got the firepower. And I will shoot through your corpses as they look to kill on
On
the
to
Texture.
přežije
He
s
falls
3
down to 3
životama,
HP.
ty píčou.
Where's the paranoia?
Nice.
And somehow Munchkin's dead, so is Ash! And suddenly,
Mid.
Turecko je, vole,
Fnatic
tohle je turecký ranket, kamaráde.
continue to look to turn the tides.
Je.
Swing in, bit of damage
To už bylo
taken,
trochu
Caron.
moc, kámo, ale
The hero rifle on the floor.
po minutě to už
So
dal
nearby to maybe
2,5
try to go for the
chlapa,
recovery
vole.
on that.
Ale Chronicle taky je v
They are
píči.
in still such a good position.
Yeah, Gen G though not going to contest that rifle. They're just going to pivot over towards B. The linger here from the weak Chronicle.
Můj goat má vandal.
Classic.
Teď ticho, vole.
Nice position.
Teď buďte všichni sticha, vole.
Ben Credence,
Chlap si sebral vandal. Ty pičo. Co dělá?
he could still very well be Gen G's
Ani ho
undoing.
clearnou ze sajtu.
Paid any attention to that part of
Nice.
the map. Are they going to be aware enough?
Kámo, čím jak utekl do mé
30
smrti.
seconds left.
Ty v píč.
Texture, spike in hand here with 3 health.
I'm out of here.
Šel na procházku ten Chronicle.
Seems like they are going to be expecting that.
Ty vole.
Spike.
Seberou zbraně na midu. Kajakovi dejte zbraň, nice.
It's going to be a stack. Rifles
Clever.
retrieved here as well. for
I
Fnatic.
like this.
Got a
He
lot of
retrieved přístup.
firepower in this retake. Drone doesn't see anything.
It's a massive opportunity for Fnatic to get themselves right back into the driver's
Kámo,
seat.
toho
Push
musí
coming
napadnout
through.
ten angle.
Bump it over the top of
Ok, šel
Foxy
první
Nine,
s ním
finds the
životem.
first, immediately backpedals.
Throwing next.
Net not
Alkane.
gonna go deep
Booster.
enough for the
Booster
hit.
má 3
Booster
životy,
spawning out there. Slide in,
Ty do
Foxy
píči.
Nine.
Nemají čas
Drags across
zase.
for the kill.
Ale
Texture is
zabij.
instantaneous.
They're done.
And Gen G is infallible.
Ale ne do svýho.
Eating a tiny little lick of damage there from his teammate. His Texture.
Thanos
Take it down. Chronicle
leží.
coming away with the goods. Fantastic kill to be found.
Ticho.
Trying to counteract the momentum swing.
Oars and oars.
Everyone
Je
on
mi to
Gen
jedno,
G.
kámo,
Oh,
já
the
tady dělám.
Munchkin tagged up, but they're still able to find one. Crashes, falls down to 10. The bite off the drone coming through. Munchkin lays it at his feet.
No.
Finds the kill.
Spike.
Now gives the player the advantage. Barrier mesh. Looking to be cleared out here. Bolster on the approach from Market
Violation.
What the
Foxy.
price?
In the spot. Has the net. There's the bounce.
Nah.
The boom coming through. Kayak gonna have to try to spam it. Alpha's gonna be out into the open as he gets broken loose. Caron can quickly recover the kill. 2 players remaining. Poster, some spam does connect, but they have to back away and go for the save. They need these weapons. The Gen G will get themselves up to 11, 3 rounds in a row now.
Já musím si odevřít okno, nebo něco kam normálně, ale...
But it's just snappy shooting again for Gen G, plus the util. The early kill by Ash.
Na Molotov, on dostal
into
Molotov
the
na
drone
tom
snakebite combo onto the weakened Crashies. Just this round.
Robíš, děkuji za 100 yangů na tracker review, chlapem. Mrkeme na to. Dneska to na ranky asi už nevypadá. Ještě tady jako Fnatic zkusí dát comeback. Kecám, teď to trounou. Ty pičo. To bylo za magický téma. Bude e-book za 5555? Počkej, klid. Já mám stres, jenom vidím, když prostě... Nice. Když Texture má mít do píči, to je timing a nervy. Ještě jeden. No, kámo. Čau slowly. Jo, před týdnem, myslím. Měnili hráče.
Grab net, finds the catch, Kayak trying to get the hit. Finds the first, but it's just too many angles and only 2 HP. Even going for the save. Impossible. Is Gen G.
Double stack here at top mid.
20 na 9, jako co chceš dělat? Co chceš dělat, když ten Korejec má 20 na 9? 20 na 9. Zas. On to má furt.
Position going to be known. And Fnatic are very quickly getting themselves into a good spot to try to go ahead and get a blood retake.
Nice! Thanos dostal ze smoku, vole.
This is Alpha. Kills Texture. Chronicle on the peak, finding Kara now.
To je škoda, vole. Ten týpek má nějakou dobrou hru moc, jebe ti? Ten týpek má až moc dobrou hru, jebe ti? Ne, kámo, on dá skrz zeď. Booster. GG.
Crashies will glide to his demise as Gen G, 1 year apart, lightning will strike twice.
Nic.
From Shanghai to Toronto.
GG.